Thank you for being here today with us electronically. I have with me City Manager Gina Holt, Northcrest CEO Randy Davis, and our Assistant City Manager Ryan Martin. Today, Governor Lee issued an Executive Order 17, which includes a statewide guidance and mandates in response to the COVID-19. You recall on Thursday, I declared a state of emergency in the city of Springfield with a unanimous vote by our Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The state of emergency authorizes our city manager, Gina Holt, and her staff to take the necessary measures to respond to the impact of this virus locally, which also allows us to work through state and local emergency management personnel to obtain supplies and funding. We will have more details for you on that in a moment. Also today, Metro Nashville issued a safer at home order, closing all non-essential businesses. Today, we are prepared to issue further guidance on how we are going to respond to the COVID-19 outbreak. As of this afternoon, based on the guidance from the medical staff officials, we are issuing a strong recommendation to our citizens, employers in the Springfield to shelter in place. This is not a mandate. I will repeat, this is not a mandate. This is a recommendation. We encourage everyone to band together to help eliminate this virus. We don't want to reach the point where we have to issue a mandate. However, our unique position in our city requires that we take a proactive approach to this situation. We have a large out-commute population going to Davidson and Williamson County, two of the hardest hit counties in our state. We also have a large in-commute to our county from Sumner and Montgomery counties, who also have confirmed case. This approach places all of our confidence in each of you that you will follow this recommendation. We will all get through this, I promise. For more details, I'm going to call on our city manager, Gina Holt, and I just want to thank her and Mr. Martin for all of their hard work this week and to the weeks to come, and for Randy Davis for the leadership of Northcrest. Ms. Holt.
Thank you, Mayor Snyder, and I would also like to thank you for being with us this afternoon. As Mayor Snyder stated previously, the City of Springfield is not issuing a mandatory shelter in place. However, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for those businesses providing essential services and our industries who remain open to follow the guidelines provided by the CDC to prevent spreading the virus. Governor Lee's executive order this morning, which is effective at midnight tonight, requires the following for the entire state. People should not participate in social gatherings of 10 or more. Restaurants, bars, or other similar food or drink establishments are limited to drive-through, pickup, carry-out, or delivery service for food or drink. Gyms and fitness or exercise centers or substantially similar facilities shall not be open to members or to the public. People shall not visit nursing homes, retirement homes, long-term care, or assisted living facilities unless providing essential assistance or to visit residents receiving imminent end-of-life care, provided that such visits may be accomplished without unreasonable risk. Individual facilities will enact their own rules to protect their population. Businesses should further consider implementing measures to protect our most vulnerable populations. For offices, workplaces, and businesses that remain open, employees should work from home where feasible, and employees and their customers should practice good hygiene and observe the necessary precautions advised by the President and the CDC to reduce the spread of the virus. The order also temporarily suspends state or local laws, orders, or rules to the extent necessary to allow restaurants and limited service restaurants and wine-only restaurants to sell or take out for takeout or delivery, alcoholic beverages, or beer. Again, the governor's order does not mandate sheltering in place and does not prohibit persons from visiting places necessary to maintain health and economic well-being, including grocery stores, gas stations, parks, banks, so long as they observe the CDC regulations to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The order is effective through April 6th. However, once again, we highly recommend, and this is the City of Springfield, we are recommending that businesses or industries that choose to remain open should screen employees as they enter the building, which includes office workers as well. Screening includes taking temperatures to determine whether employees have a fever. Anyone that does not feel well should not report to work. If they do report to work, employers should send them home immediately. Employers should provide hand sanitizer and have hand washing stations conveniently placed for employees. We also recommend scheduling your employees on a rotating shift so that one positive test for COVID-19 does not expose an entire shift. By taking these recommendations seriously, we hope to prevent a mandated shelter-in-place order at a later date. For now, I will turn it over to Assistant City Manager Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ms. Holt. As you know, on Friday, we closed City Hall and other city facilities to walk-in traffic with the exception of parks and the Greenway. So what we want to do now is try to catch you up on a little bit of the actions that we've taken so far as a city. In addition to the closures, we want to make sure we assure you that all services, and including those essential services that you rely on, will continue to be provided. Rest assured, city government is still operating. There is a dedicated section of our website at springfield-tn.org that's set up for COVID-19, the coronavirus, to help you with any questions that you may have. There's an A to Z directory of services listed there during this time where you can find out exactly how you can still get that service provided. You may also call City Hall with any questions that you have. The number for City Hall is 615-382-2200. As far as utility payments are concerned, you may pay online at springfield-tn.org, by phone, by mail, or by drop-off via our drive-through window that operates during business hours, or the night deposit box, which is available for 24-hour drop-off anytime outside City Hall. Part of the state of emergency and the declaration that resulted therefrom was that late fees and the pass-through credit card fees have been waived during this time. There will also be no utility disconnects for non-payment. So we're being flexible with how you pay. You need to go in and make provisions to make those payments, but we're being flexible in that regard. While services are being provided, they may look a little different. We've put measures into place to protect our police, fire, and utility personnel and other employees. We're also following CDC guidelines at all of our city facilities to assist in mitigating the spread of the virus. For example, our police officers are taking some calls by phone now to limit interaction. Our fire department and first responder capability, you may see them with protective gear on or in non-emergency situations waiting on EMS to respond first. So city services may look just a little bit different, but rest assured they're still being provided. We're here to serve you, and we're in contact regularly with local health officials to ensure we're continuing to follow the recommendations while providing essential services you're relying on. We're also working on measures to protect our employees even further and our ability to provide services, which will include staffing provisions to allow for continuity of service. With that being said, I'll turn it over now to Northcrest Health CEO Randy Davis.
All right, thank you all. Thanks for the opportunity to be here. First of all, can't thank you enough, Mayor Schneider, Gina, Ryan, for taking the strong stance of making this recommendation. It is the right thing to do. At this time, what we are attempting to do is get ahead of this virus, and the way that we do this is taking these measures. And as I've been at the hospital and I've been talking to visitors that have come in, I do get a sense that because we're watching the Tennessee Department of Health numbers and we're seeing things such as there's only 3 positive cases in Robertson County. Let me be very clear. That's 3 people whose home residence is in Robertson County. That does not indicate how many positives even we have seen at the hospital and at our testing locations. There are more than that, and there'll be more tomorrow. So to use those statistics as a reason to say that we don't need to take any measures because we're not like the other counties or other areas is actually, that's in error. And so I appreciate what the city of Springfield's doing. I appreciate their assistance in what we are attempting to do, which is take care of this county, take care of these city residents, and make sure that we get ahead of this. So please make sure that you continue to socially distance, that while I know it may not feel that we have as many cases and that this isn't as prevalent here, trust me, it is. We are seeing it. The other reality of the situation is that there are numerous tests that are backlogged within the testing environment. We personally, as Northcrest Health, have sent out over 50 tests that we're still waiting for results multiple days later. So as these tests come through, we will have a better idea about the prevalence of this. But if you're to assume that the 50 tests that we've sent out could very well come back positive, you would see our number move very quickly. So I think the strong stance that the city's taking is getting ahead of this. I know it feels like it's inconveniencing, but really it's a few days of inconvenience for a long period of time of not having to deal with this in a true pandemic setting. So thank you very much for everyone, and I will turn it back over to Ryan.
Thank you, Randy. We don't have any questions from the media at this time, so we appreciate you tuning in and paying attention, and we'll be in contact if there are further updates. Thank you.